Good morning everyone, and welcome to Friday, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today we're going to do that spider's web, and it's this die and it comes with a spider. It's a rosette die. I tried to do this at the beginning of the week. Personally, I think I was using incorrect cardstock. The cardstock was just too thick for this. So today I'm going to be using this stuff, which is a bit left from a very big sheet. This is basil cardstock and it's in the colour called Great Delight. What's interesting about this is it says product of China. That means I will shortly be going on a hunt all over AliExpress and Alibaba to see if I can't find it, because of course if you can find it cheaper on AliExpress it's a lot nicer. But I think I got this in a pack of, I'm pretty sure it was 25 sheets from Tuesday Morning for about, I think it was $8. I think it was $7.99. That was when Tuesday Morning used to have lots and lots of stuff, of course. But anyway, so basil cardstock in Great Delight. Right, this time I'm going to put it together with Dollar Tree glue. I have got my little dangly bit that I want to use, and I've also got my spider, so I'm putting that there, and here is my spider's webs. Right, I've cut 3 out and I'm really hoping that I can make a rosette using 3. Now last time I got myself all confused because I couldn't score it and I couldn't bend it. So what I intend to do this time is use the Dollar Tree glue, and I'm going to show you this so that you know at home. And I'm going to glue that one just before the crease fold there. You see the way it's got that dash edge? That's where you're supposed to fold it. So I figure if I glue that to there, it's going to be a lot more manageable and easier for me to crease and bend up. So that's where I'm going to be gluing them. And then the third one is going to come in, and if I just wiggle that out of the way, it's going to go there just before that line. So here goes. And of course I will have to take a break while my Dollar Tree glue sets. So I've got my AliExpress fine line bottle here, and I am applying a line of glue. Don't want to put too much down because I don't want to make a huge mess. So I hope you can see that there. I've got my glue on. Let me move that one up. Move that up. Let's not have any disasters today. And I'm going to line that up on there. And I want to get it just before the fold. So if I squeeze out my glue, I can just see to make sure I've done that. And if I've gone too far over, there we go. I've still got time to spread it apart a little bit. Right, so that is the first seam connected, and I'm going to pick that up so that you can have a look. So if you look at where I've just glued in relation to the rest of it, you can see it looks exactly the same. You've kind of like, you've got 2 pieces there now instead of 1, and it's still not glued yet, so I'm going to pop it down. And now I'm going to do exactly the same, swizzling it along, and I'm going to put my glue down on here. Same thing again, and I'm going to put it just before that serrated edge. And obviously the reason for that is because you still want to be able to bend it on that edge, and if you glue over it you won't be able to. Right, so I've done that, and I'm going to give it 5 minutes to set, and I will be back. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes and I went and had a cup of coffee, and if we try and find the seams, I can feel it with my finger now. You can see that that is glued quite firmly onto there. You can't even tell that it's there actually. I'm having to feel it with my finger, and that one too, so that the whole strip looks identical all the way along. And now I'm just going to hang it off in my lap because now we need to go along this serrated edge and we need to fold. So I'm going to start at the strong point there, which is something to hang on to, and I'm going to pinch it. And if you do it gently, it will find that serrated edge. There we go. That's the first one. So you can see I've pinched it. I hope I'm not blurred. Let's get a better picture. Oh, dearie me. How's that? So I pinched it all the way along there, and it's hills and valleys again. So now you need to take it over. So I'm starting that edge again, and we're going to take it over. Just finding that edge and then pinching. So now we've got that configuration. I hope you can see that. Now I'm going to do another one, and then I'm going to go off camera and complete it. So choosing your strengthened edge, which has this strip, just grab it and pinch it, and then go all the way down. I mean, I want to do it properly because I made quite a disaster on Monday, and that was my fault. I just completely chose the wrong quality of paper, and also I shouldn't have used my glue gun to do the bit of gluing that I did do. So now this needs to come over. So if I flip it, I can see it, and I can pinch it down just very gently, and it just finds all of those perforations, and squeeze that again. So that is what we're aiming for down the whole length of it, and I will be back. Right, so I've got a couple left to do, so let's do those. And I've been doing it like this, and that is using, as I said at the beginning, the broad edge towards you, and then go along and pinch, and that'll give you some support while you're holding it. So that's that one, and then flip it over on your broad edge again. You've got your serration, and then flip that over. Just pinch it all the way down, and if you're squeezing it just gently, as I said, it finds those edges. So there we go. That is the whole rosette folded. You can pop it together neatly, pop it down so that it's flat, and then squeeze it. Give it a good squeeze so you've got all your creases in there, and that is what we've got. Now I need to be able to take this around to here and glue it. That's what I need to do, and it will, ooh, look at that. You could make nice little spiderweb cocktail umbrellas, couldn't you? Very large ones for your cocktail glasses. Right, so I need now exactly the same as I did before with my Dollar Tree glue. If I pick it up, you can see I've got my double edge, I've got my single edge, and I'm going to glue it together so that what you end up with is a ring. I'm going to do that. I will vanish while it dries for 5 minutes, and I will be back. Right, that's done, and as you can see, I managed to get a close-up here. It's glued just before that line again, and all that's left to do now is to fold that one. And as I say, I hope I left it long enough to dry. So I need to go up there. Maybe I didn't leave it long enough to dry. Now I'm going to be absolutely sure, and I'm going to vanish again for a couple of minutes. Right, that's dry, and I'm just capping off the lid on my glue here, and I'm going to slide my silicone mat up, and that is what it looks like. You could say it looks like a cupcake case at this point, or a very fancy cocktail umbrella. Now the next thing you've got to do is push it flat. Now I have plugged in my hot glue gun, and I am going to go into the center there with some glue. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got it as even as possible. Right, so I'm going in there. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit because that's going to run down quite a way while I push some of these in. You can fluff your rosette up when you've finished, if you know what I mean. So we're just waiting for that glue to dry. And this is a very strong rosette. It's quite robust, so you need to hold it there until that glue goes off, which can take a couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold my hand there and pause. Right, so I've glued the reverse of it, and that's nice and solid now. So I want to flip it over because I want my rosette to be that way around. I'll put it down so that you can see it. And I've still got a little well there where I can put some hot glue, but I've also got my circle that's going to go in the center, and of course I've got my spider. But what I wanted to do was like dangle my spider off a string. So I think the first thing I need to do is decide how it's going to dangle, and I'm going to go there. So I'm going to glue a little bit of glue so that it runs down into there, and then I'm going to pop that on, and then I'm going to trim it to fit in a second. Just hold it there. I've had this glue gun switched on quite a while, so it's starting to just drizzle out now, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take my dot and into the middle there, and I'm going to hopefully get that into the center. I hope it's in the center. You know me, I can't really see. I'll just pick it up towards myself. There, I think that's in the middle. Right, so that's there nice and solid. And then I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to trim it because, as you can see, it's quite long. You could make an awesome Halloween wand doing this. Pop it on a straw, and that would look great. But onto the end here, I want to put my spider, and I want my spider running down because that's what they tend to do, isn't it? So I'm trying to think how I want it, off to an angle or crawling up or crawling down. I think I'm going to have him crawling down. So I want to get his abdomen on there, and I'm going to let that dry. I'm just going to switch my glue gun off because I don't want to burn myself. I'm going to move that out of the way. It's on suction cups, which is great. Right, just pop that out of the way, and then I should be able to finagle my spider. If I flip that over, pull all your little fibres and stuff out. I'll move my rubbish out of the way now. And there we have the spider's web. Still a little bit of glue, but you've got your spider hanging off his thread. Now what would be really cool to do this for children would be if you used a brad, because then the spider would swing, you know, like the pendulum on a clock. So there it is, finally done, and I've got to pop it down. I don't know if changing the colour of the paper underneath would help. I'm just looking to see what I've got. I mean, I'm in my craft room, and you'd think I'd have hundreds of sheets of cardstock on hand, but actually I haven't. So I'm just going to grab a white sheet of cardstock. There we go. And hopefully you can see it better. Yay. So we did it. I've got it sideways so that it fits in. But as I was saying, if you popped a little brad on there, your little spider is just going to go and dingle and dangle. I'm sure children would love that. So we were successful. We did it. And once again, it was all due to the cardstock weight. So you need lighter weight cardstock when making intricate rosettes. And if you're doing sort of like regular rosettes which are solid like this one, then you can use whatever cardstock you want. But if you've got something delicate and lacy, reduce the weight of your cardstock, and just like me, you will be successful. But no, really, I should apologise to KSCRAFT, because you know, you're trusted to make something. I did not do it well on Monday, and for that, you know, I sincerely do apologise, because it works and the error was with me. Just use lighter weight cardstock. Right, that is what I have for you this Friday. Oh, hang on, I have something else and I've forgotten where I put it. Yeah, that haul that I showed you yesterday. Wow, I've got to show you what I did last night before I vanish off for the weekend, because we're doing painting by numbers on Monday, which I'm looking forward to, because as I said, I've just never ever done it before. And I made the keychains. I made all 5. And yes, it is addictive, and I will do the cupcakes, but I'll never do it again, because once you get into something like this, it's like cross stitch, and I used to do cross stitch many years ago, and almost lost my eyesight actually because of it. But yeah, it is addictive, and I made all 5 of those ice cream cones, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I will do the cupcakes, and I'm going to do the painting by numbers on Monday. So yes, if you've bought those, it's addictive, and it just took me an evening to complete those. And it's that side and it's that side, and this is how many beads I've got left. So you get a huge amount, and I can just pick through there and just use them on my projects. So I will be using those in Happy Mail. But digressing, and I just dropped a bead out of the bag, and I will be up on Monday with painting by numbers. You have an absolutely awesome weekend. As usual, all links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.